So some of the problems that we were facing when we initially started looking at switching softwares was really about integrations of different products and services. A lot of things that we were doing, we had to use manual labor to mimic some of the processes that we wanted to do, knowing that we always wanted to automate as much as possible, but at the same time as we were meeting new tech vendors, we're trying to figure out ways to efficiently integrate those with our software, which we did not have the proper software at the time. The business-related issues those would cause was mainly, it was redundancy of labor, and I had to have multiple people entering data into multiple systems so that our customers didn't know the difference for what was happening. And when we look back at that, saying, this is obviously redundant, and we need to have a system that allows us to put data in one time and flow to the rest of the parts of the system. So as we went through the demo that we set up after the Technovations conference, we instantly saw that there were some differentiators from the other systems we saw. And we have been looking for 3 years at different systems. We have a proprietary in-house system as well. We talked about building that out. But ultimately, when we saw Ty and we saw the truckload quoting screen, it was really the first one that says, wow, this checks a lot of boxes. It looks different than most other systems, and it's actually a lot of the user interface that we were hoping for in a system was that within that screen. And that is when we said, okay, these guys are going to be a top 3 contender. Yeah, it was pretty quick on the first demo when we saw the truckload quoting screen that we knew that this was going to be different than a lot of the TMS systems we had seen. It brought a lot of our functionality of how we cover freight into one screen. Also, it allowed us to manually enter information that was then being logged in there. We always joked after that Ty is going to get rid of notebooks in brokerage offices. And the amount of information that was in notebooks, and people just writing down carrier information and then never putting it in the system, and then it just disappears one day. Said it was going to end that. And that was the moment we said, okay, this is definitely different. Now we went into some of the other features as well, and just the way it flowed, the UI that's web-based. Those were all things that we needed from a new system, so checked all those boxes as well. So as we were vetting out new systems, one of the biggest things that we said, we don't just want the technology, we want a partner. And they have held up their end of the bargain the entire time. And we love that every 6 weeks there's a new release now with input from our team of how it's going to make our job better. We sell that back to our employees, they then sell it back to their customers, and it goes full circle.